So some recent news came about where young users were installing a Facebook research app where they unknowingly installed root certificates on their web browser. Root certificates are very dangerous, and first I'm going to go over how SSL works real fast so you know. First I'm going to explain what it is. SSL is Secure Sockets Layer. It is the encrypted browsing feature for websites. At the top of the web address it should say HTTPS on all SSL websites. It should also show a green padlock. If it does not, it means you're not in a secure connection. So what Facebook was doing was paying $20 a month to install these root certificates on young users' web browsers. What that did was it made them vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attacks, which I'm going to display. Here is what a man-in-the-middle attack is. A man-in-the-middle attack is where you connect to the web address, but there is an untrusted certificate where the attacker is able to input the password and able to it's pretty much automated nowadays with SSL strip and other applications. So basically the attacker is able to view the website and act as a middleman. That's where the word man-in-the-middle attack comes from. So the attacker is able to basically be a middleman to send you the website. You think you're just viewing a normal website, but they are also seeing all of your private information, your credit cards, your passwords, and everything else. So a normal SSL website looks like this. You connect to the website, you check DNS records for the IP address. Once those records are found, you request the SSL connection. The web host or website responds with a valid SSL certificate. Now, if you have that root certificate, what happens is, like we see on the man-in-the-middle attack, the Facebook or other company that owns the root certificate or has the password for it is able to view all of your private credit cards, banking information, your passwords, etc. So it's a pretty big deal. You have to be careful about installing root certificates. A lot of times they look legitimate. They will send, and it will look confusing to many users who aren't familiar with this stuff. You have to be careful about root certificates, and it's something I wanted to bring up, and I'm going to go into a lot more detail on my video about incremental backdoors and incremental exploitation. I'm going to be using the Superfish bug as an example, where all of these Lenovo laptops in the US had come with root certificates, and the company behind this is known as Comodia, and that company was started by former Israeli intelligence agent Barak Weishelbaum. The interesting thing about this is, as I mentioned, they had these root certificates installed on all Lenovo laptops at the time, and they used a cover for it saying they were installing it for parental control reasons. In fact, there's an entire company, the company Comodia is a parental control company. Now that could be plausible deniability, but you'll just have to see when I finish the video. I look forward to going over it because I'm going to cover it in a way that has not been done before. Hopefully it was a valuable lesson not to install root certificates, especially from sources you do not trust. That's all I got. Please like the video, share it, subscribe, and I'll be back later with more on surveillance capitalism.